Good evening. Thank you for all joining us here for the annual Queens District Attorney's Festival of Lights, Diwali function. We're delighted to be here at the Richie Rich Palace. I want to thank Mr. Jernel Singh, the owner of the place. And we're going to get started. I'm looking forward to, you can see the adorable costumes and performances, so I'm looking forward to doing that. You don't want to have me up here talking long. You don't want to listen to me, because I am excited to see the performances we're about to have. I am Jay Chetta. I am part of the Queens County District Attorney's Office. And we are excited to be here. We're also honored to be joined by a number of leaders as we light the diyas here in Queens County, the most diverse county in the country. And I can tell you, I've been here. When I first came here, I was a young child. There was one store, House of Spices, here in Flushing. Now it's a conglomerate distributing everywhere. I remember my parents used to host people coming in from Dallas, Chicago, Houston, LA every month because they would get their groceries from the House of Spices. And they would take it for a month. They would take their monthly groceries. So it has changed over all of these years. I know I don't look that old. But I have been here in Queens a long time. I've been with the District Attorney's Office for a long time as well. And I like to say that District Attorney Melinda Katz, the administration that she's brought in, has re-energized Queens County and the Queens County DA's office. She has had a steady and very great hand in leading into the new, through the pandemic, which I can tell you I introduced her in February of 2020 at an event, and 2 weeks later, everything shut down. She has been a very steady guiding hand through the changes that we've had over the last 2.5 years. So we're honored here to also be joined by Assembly Member Jennifer Rajkumar. We also have Fazell Youssef, Consul General of Guyana. And at this time, since we want to look at the performances, and I'm excited about that, what I'm going to do first is we're going to have blessing by Pandit Manoj Jasuban. If he could come join us up here, Panditji. Also like to have DA Katz and Assembly Member Jennifer Rajkumar up here, so we can light the diyas. Babaji, if you give us a few remarks here and give us some blessing.
Namaste, salam, a pleasant good evening to everyone present here this evening. Before I begin, please permit me to say Shubh Diwali, Happy Diwali to each and every one of you present here tonight, along with your family members and your circle of life. To our most distinguished District Attorney, to our most distinguished Assemblywoman, to our most distinguished MC, and to all the community leaders and activists present here this evening. Allow me to offer a prayer or two of love. In your own way, in your own language, offer your prayers as well. Because we're living in times where love is needed, and it is very much needed in the world in which we live. I ask you in your own way, as I recite these prayers, if you can also, in your own way, let's pray for love in the world. Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Samprada Mam Shatru Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. It is said that Diwali or Deepavali is the festival of light. But this evening I want to pose a question to each and every one of us present here. Is this celebration only confined, or should it only be confined to Hindus across the globe? No. And I'll share why. It carries a universal message, a message of eternal light, light of love, light of peace, light of unity, and light of happiness. It is through the light that the beauty of this world is revealed, experienced, and embraced. Most civilizations of the world recognize the importance of light as a gift of God. It has always been a symbol of whatever is positive in the world in which we exist. We live in a world today where it seems to be consumed in darkness, which represents ignorance. And the light is a metaphor of knowledge. Therefore, lighting a lamp symbolizes the destruction of all negative forces, wickedness, violence, lust, anger, envy, greed, bigotry, fear, injustice, oppression, and suffering, in which the light of wisdom can prevail in the world in which we live as understanding, love, progress, togetherness, and compassion. As I close this evening, please allow me to share the words of the late Nelson Mandela. When he celebrated Diwali for the first time in 1991 in Durban City in South Africa. Let the lamps, and I quote, be light of enlightenment over blind faith. prosperity over poverty, knowledge over ignorance, good health and well-being over disease and ill health, and finally, freedom over bondage. On behalf of myself, my family, and our organization, the Shanti Bhavan Mandir, to you and yours, and to everyone here, I wish each and every one of you the light of love in your hearts, and let this world be a better place where you and I can exist as one. Happy Diwali to all.
Thank you, Pandit Ji, for those very, and this is not a pun intended, enlightening words. Very thought-provoking. And another round of applause, please, for Pandit Ji. And now, I've already mentioned our next speaker, our host, Queens County's District Attorney Melinda Katz. I'm not going to add too much more now to what I've already said, except she is a light here in Queens, given the remarks that we just
I feel like I could just sit down now. Ajay Chedda. You know, he's a very humble guy. Ajay Chedda is in one of the most complex and difficult bureaus that we have at the Queens District Attorney's Office. He has been in many different bureaus, and now he is in major economic crimes. And that's because he is very good at his job. So thank you, Ajay Chedda, for the work you do. I want to, a few acknowledgments. Gideon Taylor is here. He's the CEO of the Jewish Council, JCRC. I want to thank him for coming. I want to thank Nathaniel coming from Congressman Greg Meeks' office. I want to thank Judge Gopi. She always comes to our events, and we're very happy about that. Thank you. Our district leaders that are here. I do want to thank my Chief Assistant, Jen Nyberg, that's here. And Colleen Babb is the executive over Community Partnership. But just to show you how my office thinks of Diwali, and just to show you the excitement we have for tonight, I would like everyone who works for me at the Queens District Attorney's Office to please stand up. Thank you. You know, it is a remarkable thing that happens when you become the district attorney of 190 countries and 200 languages here in Queens County. And when I started, I said we have to have a community approach. The DAs, the ADAs, and the people who work in our civilian capacity have to understand what our county is like. They got to go into the community, and you know what? It has been an amazing exploration that we have all had together. And I want to thank them for coming out. I'm so happy to be here tonight in person with all of you. And thank you for doing it. Rokeya Akhtar, ladies and gentlemen, the woman that makes it happen. And I want to tell you something about your Assemblywoman. So, Assemblywoman Jennifer Rajkumar calls me and says, you know, we have issues in our community that we need to deal with. And I understand that I can ask you to prosecute everybody. I can ask you to come and say, listen, this defendant, you know, it's a little odd to lobby the DA, but she could have done it. Instead, she calls and says, I want people held accountable, but I also want to make sure that people understand the services that you have to offer and that the rest of the city has to offer. And we've been out together several times. Last week alone, we were in Richmond Hill Library talking about domestic violence and making sure that people who are abused and feel trapped and people that feel that they have nowhere to go knew that they could go to the Assemblywoman, they could come to my office, and that is a leader, ladies and gentlemen. So Assemblywoman Jennifer Rajkumar. And I want to thank Richie Rich. You know, it's not an event until you're Richie Riches. I want to thank Janelle Singh for all that he does in the community and for hosting us this evening. GPK Foundation, United Madrasi Association, Basant Dance Center, Nava, hello Dilip, Nava, Richmond Hill South Ozone Park Lions Club. I also want to recognize New York Daisy, and of course the Corrections Daisy for all the work that they do, Desi for all the work that they do. Hello Jenny Prasad. And look, we are so grateful to be here for Diwali, and it is a festival of lights. And you know, we like to think in Queens County that we bring the light. You know, we try to make people accountable and make sure that if you're bringing guns in from Alabama or North Carolina, you sell them to our children here in Queens County, that we hold you accountable for that. We prosecute you, we convict you, and you'll pay for selling guns to our children here in Queens County. But the other side of that, because you need a balance. Light needs air. Light needs that to survive. And the way we bring that safety and light to Queens County is to make sure we're also giving drug rehabilitation, mental health illness awareness. If you fought for this country, and you have PTSD, we want to make sure that you get a second chance. And Diwali represents all of that. And it is the reason we're so happy to have so many of you here in the room. It's the reason we're thrilled to be involved with the Council General of India and the Council General of Nepal, representing the countries from which they're from, and it's just, it brings more people into the tent. And isn't that the important thing to do? We are an amazing borough in Queens County, an amazing borough in Queens County. I have advisory boards here from all over the county, all religions, from every nationality. If you are on an advisory board here that is not the South Asian Advisory Board, please stand up. There you go. We got people from other, if you are on my South Asian Advisory Board, please stand up. And I want to thank them for the work they do every single day. So now, I know Jay was talking about the performances. He put stress into me. So, not easy to do, by the way. I'm happy to be here. And I'm happy to see a lot of the children here. And I'm going to end with this. I get asked all the time why I'm in the community so much. And my answer is this. The first time our young people see me should not be when I'm coming to get them. The first time they see me is when I'm keeping them out of the courtroom to begin with. And that is why we're all together. So now I bring to you, I already said such a lot of things about her, so I don't think I have to do it again. The great Assemblywoman, Jennifer Rushmore. Thank you.
Namaste. Sitaram. Happy Diwali to everybody. And I want to start by saying something about our Queen's DA, Melinda Katz. She called me and she said she wants me to host Diwali with her in my district. And this is something, this is a ceremony, a celebration she's thrown every year, long before I came on the scene. But for her to have that graciousness to say, I want to do this with you in your district, is truly something that will always stay with me. And on this Diwali, we celebrate many things. One of those things is Goddess Lakshmi, and the blessings that we hope she will shower upon the world. And when I look at our Queen's DA, I see some of the Goddess Lakshmi inside of her. She has the spirit of Durga in her, that boldness. She has the devotion of a Parvati. And I couldn't imagine, and I know all of us in this room, we couldn't imagine Queens. We couldn't imagine our city politics without Melinda Katz and all the work that she's done. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. Earlier this year, we had a hate crime at the Tulsi Mandir, also in my district, where a few vandals in the dead of night demolished the statue and vandalized the temple grounds. And she was there with us. She stood with us to see that justice was done. We suffered the tragedy of a leader of our community, Rita Prasad, who was tragically killed. She stood with us. She saw that justice was done. So a lot of you in this room have known her long before me, long before I arrived on this scene. But when I ran for this office to make sure that our community had a voice at the table, people told me, you're a nice girl, Jennifer. You got no shot. But we won. And not only did we win, we won by the largest margin of any challenger in the whole state.
Wow.
And I stand on the shoulders of so many people in this room. And the sky is the limit for our community. So, I'm proud to say that in my first term, I declared April Punjabi Awareness Month in the state of New York, and we will celebrate that every year from now on. We recently had a breakthrough in the fight to make Diwali a school holiday, securing the mayor's support and the plan to make that goal happen once and for all. So all I did to do all of this was following the teachings. My dad always told me, you gotta focus, like Arjuna in the Mahabharata. There were 5 Pandava brothers, and they tried to shoot the bird. Only Arjuna was successful. Why? Because he said, I see only the eye of the bird. My dad also raised me to believe that Ram could not defeat Ravan alone. He needed friends and allies. He needed Hanuman. He needed the army of monkey and bears. So always I seek friends and allies, because without friends and allies, you can't get anything done. So on this Diwali, I want to say that I wish upon you all the blessings of Goddess Lakshmi. And may we spread our Dharmic light across New York and across the United States, because it's time for people to know who we are as Hindu Americans. We are a culture that believes Om has many forms. We believe in interfaith and tolerance, not just tolerance, but one step more than tolerance, actively loving those who are different than you. We have so much to contribute to this state and this country, and the sky is the limit for our community. So let's all keep going. You have my full support, and thank you so much. And I just want to just give a friend 1 minute at a time, very special friend, because in the fight, in our endeavor to be heard, it's very important that we build bridges with other communities. And someone who has been such an incredible bridge builder, who wants to stand with us in that fight, is none other than the CEO of JCRC, our good friend Gideon Taylor. Thank you. Please join me.
Namaste. I cannot tell you how honored I am to be here today on behalf of the Jewish community of New York, on behalf of JCRC, to be with 2 incredible political leaders who have done so much to build bridges, to connect communities, to keep our communities safe, to share knowledge and learning about communities. To have District Attorney Katz, Assemblywoman Rajkumar, we are honored to have you as friends, as colleagues, as partners. To be here for Diwali, when I look at the lights, the candles, when I hear the blessing, when I hear the description of this holiday, it brings me so close to the holiday, the Jewish holiday coming soon of Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. And the themes that come that underlie both of these holidays, of light from the darkness, of bringing a better world, bringing awareness, those are themes that are universal. And here they come together in 2 holidays within a few weeks, in 2 communities that are so important for New York City, for this community. And I just want to wish everyone not only a happy Diwali, to wish you a Chag Sameach for Hanukkah and early Hanukkah greetings, and may our 2 communities continue to work together, to fight together, to learn together, to make this city even better and even greater than it is today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Assemblymember Rajkumar. Another round of applause for her. I'm gonna, while we have the performances set up here from the Basant Dance Center, Gurnell Singh, Janelle Singh, and the Richie Rich family would like to present to DA Katz token of their appreciation. So, thank you very much. And now for our first performance from the Basant Dance Center.
Can't see, guys.
That was fantastic. Now, you guys can do better than that. Or there are adults that aren't that coordinated. And for the 6 of them to get up here and do that, that was a fantastic celebration of Custer Plains. Thank you. The Basant Dance Center. Going to call up the next performance that we have from the United Madrasi Center. And we're going to give them a few minutes to set up. Come on up.
Happy Diwali, Om Shakti. My name is Karan Acharya of the United Madrasi Association. Last year we had the honor of performing for the Queen's District Attorney Diwali celebrations, and this year we also have the honor of doing so. I'll wait for you guys. Thank you. We are here to remind everyone that Diwali is indeed a celebration of light. But light is all year, every day. And if we don't see the light in our female folks in our community, if we don't have a just community where females have an equal platform in our community, then we have failed drastically. On this stage here, you see a little girl standing next to me here. In this community, females should not play drums. They're not considered pure. They're not considered equal as men. Today we are saying very clearly, females should always have the highest place in our society. Here's me. Thank you for saying that. Thank On stage with us we have also Sri Vishnu, the sustainer of the universe. But he can never sustain if you don't have the energy, the Shakti, the power of Lakshmi Ma. He's immovable and he can't function without her. So my dear friends, females, we salute you. Shri Rama, Jayo Jayo Rale, Jayo Jayo Rale, Hare Rama, Jayo Jayo. Shri Rama, Jayo Jayo Rale, Jayo Jayo Rale, Hare Rama, Jayo Jayo. Anandare, 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 Navami, Vidiyako. Anandare, 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 Navami, Vidiyako. Mangaliyo, 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 Navami, Vidiyako. Shri Rama, Jayo Jayo Sita, Jayo Jayo Sita, Hare Rama, Jayo Jayo. Shri Rama, Jayo Jayo Sita, Jayo Jayo Sita, Hare Rama, Jayo Jayo. Hare Hare Sri Rama, Jaya Mangalo, Jaya Mangalo, Hare Hare Sri Rama, Jaya Mangalo, Jaya Mangalo, oh Jaya Mangalo, Jaya Mangalo, oh Jaya Mangalo, Jaya Mangalo. Shri Rama, Jayo Jayo Sita, Jayo Jayo Sita, Hare Rama, Jayo Jayo. Happy Diwali. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The United Madrasi Association. Once again. That concludes our program tonight. Thank you for coming, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the performance of the Diwali. And your final words, of course.
So I want to thank again Assemblywoman Rajkumar, but everybody that came, but Jay Chetta, who is not only a great ADA, but a good MC, and thank Herman for that. I also want to thank Jackie Rosado, who puts together all these events throughout the entire world, Kings County. And I want to introduce Pierre. Pierre, raise your hand. Pierre's sole job is to keep young kids out of jail. That's what he does. He works with the community every day to make sure our kids don't end up in the criminal justice system. And so, the last note is, please call us if you need us. We're always here. Happy Diwali, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a safe ride home. Happy Diwali. Salve Diwali.